What's up guys, I'm back with another League of Legends video, this time on ADC again, and I'll be looking to playing Jinx this game, mainly because I really want to try out a Gensu's build on her. I really think that that'd be fun to do, at least interesting. I don't know about how great it'll be, but I think it'd be pretty fun.
Like buildings.
So, this is currently live streamed. This will be taken off the live stream. Yeah, this is this is one of the benefits to watching on Twitch. If you catch me while I'm on it, then you can see the gameplay ahead of everyone else, or come hang out. I will be reading the chat and all that. So if you do decide to pop in or whatever, you can ask me questions, and it'll be put down onto the put in the video as well. Subs, what we put in, so, or not subs, like if you follow on Twitch or whatever, say hi, whatever, you'll be in the video and all that. So if you want to guess a little free publicity, go ahead. I think we'll go ahead and we'll go Slayer Jinx, that's what I feel like. Oh man, then I just went the SG Jinx, so we'll go ahead and do this. So it looks like I got a Lux support. As a diamond friend to me says, it would not be gold 3 solo queue even though we are in draft pick. It wouldn't be gold 3 solo queue without a Lux support, which I thought was pretty funny. Because I agree, honestly. It's like every other game, it's either Ezra or Lux every time. So, yeah, so the build we'll be going is, will be like the normal crit build, so Storm Razor, Runons, Infinity, Storm Razor, Boots, Runons, Infinity Edge, Zeal Item, and then the Gensu's. So it will be a really late game build, so I don't even know if we'll hit it, but that will be the goal because I have wanted to do it before, so yeah. So hopefully that'll work out. So for the people watching on YouTube, Twitch and Discord channel linked below for people that are watching on Twitch. My YouTube is linked below. So yeah, with all that said, let's hop into the game. So welcome to the game. So yeah, hopefully gonna be able to go Gensu's, honestly. I hope I can. I don't know if I'll be able to, but
30 seconds until
you never know. Good old Lux. I really dislike her. I really dislike her, honestly. She's not fun to play with. I was hoping she'd stay up here so I could cover the try, but if she doesn't, then I will. So yeah, we are going against the Karthus. I don't know if Dark Harvest is still the right thing to go on him. It probably is, just because his ult can proc it pretty easily, but they did actually make it worse for him whenever they took away the they took away item interactions with it. So like Leandry specifically in this case no longer will pop the Dark Harvest. It'll actually have to be his ability or his ultimate. So yeah, that'll hopefully kind of just make him a little bit worse. I don't know. Hopefully, but so we'll start off. The sword mirrors its owner. Is that a Riven player? I love Riven. I used to one-trick her. Doesn't look like any of them are duos. That's good. I love Riven. A lot of my friends don't know, like, that I've recently played with. I used to be a Riven one-trick. She is an amazing champion that I could not play after 100+ games on that champion. It didn't matter what I did. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I'll be honest. Like she was really cool. I love her animation cancels. Like I think it's such a cool thing, but it's like, whilst I think it's a really cool thing, and like in general, I just for some reason cannot do it. I just can't. She just tilts me. Like that's the main issue. She tilts me because it's like one of those things. Like if I played, oh I see you. Dude, that would have been better had that W actually hit, we probably would have gone in and killed her, actually. Actually does a fair bit of damage. But, yeah, like, I just couldn't do it. She just tilts me, because if I put on 100 games of Thresh, I would become fairly good at being able to flay at the perfect times. I'd be a little more comfortable with flying things such as Lee Sin Ws or Lee Sin Qs, Kha'Zix jumps, Tristana jumps, all that stuff. I'd be better at flash hook predictions. I'd be better at just what he wants to do in general. And then, like on Riven, it's like, well, here's your first 100 games, you have to figure out how to animation cancel. Then your next 100 games, well, that's whenever you learn combos and how to actually integrate what you just put in over the past 100 games. But that's only if you've actually learned how to play against the matchups, and Riven sucks into literally everything. Unless your opponent's stupid, which is pretty much what you're betting on. Which works, I think, in Bronze Elo. Like, I think right now we could go into Bronze, and I could style on some kids. I won't lie to you guys. But I could not, even putting 50 games on her, which I know that it's her 50% win rate's at 100 games. Even if I were to do that, I don't think I'd win 50%. My win rate looked around 48% whenever I played her in ranked in Season 7, so... Yeah, I used to own every skin for her, except for the champion, or the OG championship, and now I don't own that in Pulsefire. Every other one I do own, though. She's just such a fun champ. Ooh, that does hit me. Her lore is really cool, which I think is, like, I really enjoy in a champion. She just looks cool, she sounds cool, does flashy shit. She awards skill and kind of just dedication, obviously, as she's a one-trick champion. But I just couldn't do it. My mental was shot when I lost on her. She's the only champion that has made me cry, IRL. No, I'm not even kidding. Like I got so tilted one game. I went like literally 0-8 in lane phase, and after that I ulted like. After the game, I alt F4 the client, and I immediately went to bed. I was so pissed. I was in fucking tears. I slammed the door and everything, like a nice little moody 15, 16-year-old child. It's great. Yeah, that was not fun. We are 10 CS ahead, so that's pretty sweet. Riven Rage, yeah. I just don't understand that champ. If he comes to attack me, I didn't W there because would have flashed there, but the Nami heal hit him, which is not ideal. Rumble came down. Ooh, I was gonna say that's a really good pillar right there. Yeah, that's like the little TLDR of my Riven one-tricking. You can still find some of my old Riven clips in my older videos. And I do have some pretty slick ones, posted them to Riven mains and everything. I got like the whole, oh, good job, buddy, pat on the back and everything on there. But yeah, I still cannot stand that champion. She's so fun, and I love playing on her, but she's like that champion that I go on there for like one game, and I'm like, well, win or lose, I'm done. Especially if I win, because that'll be like the one time that I actually have one. I'm pretty sure the last time I played her was last season. I don't think I've played her every preseason that I can remember. Yeah, that's something. Who else have I tried to one-trick? I used to one-trick Vigar in, like, right at the beginning of Season 7. He was my first kind of main that I actually put a lot of time into. And I always thought I was a really cool dude whenever I got that final, or like the final boss Vigar, or whatever it's called, the arcade skin. I love that skin. So clean. Still is clean. I don't really like his voice in either of the skins, but yeah, being able to just one-shot people for that champ, so fun. I actually got pretty good at landing his E too, which I've learned that once you begin to main him, it's no longer much of a zoning tool. You can actually fairly consistently land it once you have I'd say at least 20 or not 20. Once you have about 5 or so games, you have an idea. Once you get about 20 to 30, you're pretty consistently landing it. Which is, again, one of the reasons why I couldn't play Riven, because even 100 games into it, you're still just at their 50% win rate. That's not fun. I'm not saying I don't want skill to develop, because that's not true at all. I love the skill in some of the champions. This is why I love Vayne, Kai'Sa. I think that these... Oh, I thought I W there. I think that would have killed her. Yeah, you're dead, kiddo. I'm gonna mow down your partner. Later, bud. That was good. Yeah, like just the skill. I'm one of those people that once I put 20 or so games, I want to be fairly proficient as a champion. I want to be able to kind of just do what they want to do. At least a little well. Ooh, I canceled an auto there. I canceled an auto there. I could have, if I would have hit it, which I guess I didn't anyways, but done a little bit. I think I could have gotten that. But like Vayne, after about I've easily put 100 games into her at this point. Oh, I'm dead. I'm 100% dead. Maybe, yeah. Wow, 2 flashes. That's a yikers, but pretty much worth it. Garen, no sums. Zinzao, no F. Yeah, that's not Lux's fault. That's 100% mine. I goofed. Got a little greedy there, I won't lie. A little greedy. Not greedy, just I wasn't paying attention to this, which is pretty much where I fucked up. But yeah, so I went from Vigar to Riven, and then about really late into Season 7. I remember I'm pretty sure at that point I had just dropped oh no, I forgot. One more story. After Riven, I went to Gangplank because I was like, pirate, that's pretty sweet looking. This was soon after he got his most recent skin. Dread Nova. Once he got the Dread Nova skin, or a little bit before, he got it while I was playing him. I can't remember who I was watching. I watched someone and they were talking about how cool Gangplank was, and I was like, yeah, I guess Gangplank is a pretty sweet person to play. So I did play him, and I thought he was actually pretty sweet. But okay, Lux isn't here. Lux is back there. Why is Lux back there? But yeah, I played GP, and his barrels were interesting. That's what made it really cool. I love the 500 damage barrel crit. Like you see it explode, and then holy crap, a shit ton of damage. It was really cool. This was with old runes as well, so that kind of ages that a little bit. But yeah, that was something. Then I quit maining him, and I remember posting to, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it was Summoner School. You're dead. You're dead. Damn. I knew he'd go up, but I couldn't judge how far. Maybe that wasn't worth it. Yeah, I remember posting to Reddit, something to the effects of what I liked playing and what I liked about Gangplank, but I wanted it to be a mid laner. And someone asked me, because I asked who to main, they were like, well, what do you enjoy? And I'm like, I really like that late game damage. Like just that crazy late game damage that you get full build Gangplank. You don't get that much anymore because they kind of taken a shit recently, but it used to be pretty high. And well, they were like, we'll play AD carry, because I mentioned crits as well. We'll play AD carry, and I was like, I don't really want to play AD carry. I don't want to do that at all. It seems kind of, you know, because the mid lane, like at that time, I was like, it was like this really glorified lane for me. I was like, I don't want to play the fucking bot lane. Bot lane doesn't matter. Well, eventually my curiosity bested me, and I can't remember who I played. When I first started playing AD carry, before all this, it was Callista. I played some Jhin, I played some Jinx. So then, yeah, little by little, I started to play more and more AD carry, and then when I signed up for Learning Fives, which is like a free coaching thing that has like a tournament at the end of it, which is really fun. I'd recommend if someone wants to know that link for like coaching or whatever, free coaching that is. They start up January 22nd, which is the new signups, but when I was signing up for them, they have you choose a main, you know, obviously, like you don't want 5 AD carry players on one team, because there's Learning Fives, you're with the team and all that. So I'm like, well, I don't know what I want to play. So then I sat down and I was like laying out the pros and cons of every rule, what I did like, what I didn't like. We're going for this dive, and I don't think we should be taking this turret plate. It's A-okay with me. That's a yikes. That shouldn't kill us. No, it won't. That was a good shield. Good W. But when I remember putting down my main, I'm like, oh, I'm like sweating, you know, like holy crap, what do I put? I'm gonna be locked in this for a little bit at least, so I have to make sure that they're fun. And ultimately, I chose AD carry, and yeah, I know, double miss. Yeah, it was a yikes. But once I sat down, I was like, AD carry. That's what I'm gonna do. AD carry. So I chose AD carry, and then since then, I met a guy from Learning Fives, and then bada bing, bada boom, here I am, gold blue AD carry. That's pretty much my League of Legends story. Or my mains, really. I played a handful. I've played literally every champion in this game except for Volibear and Wukong, as both of them do not seem that fun to me. Volibear, he's just I'm a run at you champ, and if I want to play an I'm a run at you champ, I will either play Olaf, who does it really well, or Master Yi, who I feel really cool playing. I don't see, like, Volley just doesn't do enough. Like, he flips you, sure. He gets the knock up from one of his abilities, I can't remember which. And then that's it. It's like, yeah, that's cool, I guess. His ultimate's not really that cool. His passive is kind of cheesy. You can bait some kills, which looks funny, but overall it doesn't seem that cool. And then Wukong, I just never really liked Wukong. Playing against him, I don't like them. Like, on my team, they're not too bad, especially whenever the bounty is fucking broken. Because they just run in with Duskblade and Youmu's and blow you up. Yeah, about like what this guy's doing. Duskblade, Youmu's, and then they just crap on you. Yeah, you can tell I did a little bit more damage than what Lux thought. She ulted. I didn't think I'd do that much, but that's something. And my W scales pretty well. So yeah, those are the only two champions I haven't played. Everyone else I have played. Reworks included and all that. I've played every champion from the time I started playing pre and post rework. So like, I started playing around when Jhin was released. I think it's around Jhin. Buy that as well. Go and swap to blue trinket. So yeah, that was that, and then I was a Master Yi main for a while at like pre-season 7. That was something, because when I first started playing, I watched a guy, Drifter. He does a lot of Call of Duty stuff and like Fortnite as well now. But he used to play League of Legends fairly casually. I can't remember what rank he was. I think he was low gold. But he used to play Rammus jungle. Rammus was like his like signature pick, and I'd always see him play this. And this was in season 5 at least. This was before they reworked Summoner's Rift.
An ally has been slain.
So
An enemy has
he
been
always
slain.
played Rammus, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna be a Rammus main, you know, because he's got all these cool skins for Rammus. He owns like every Rammus skin, to my knowledge, except for King Rammus. I don't think he plays much anymore, but he loved that champion. That and Teemo, those were his two favorite. He like 5-man and go Teemo mid. That was goofy. So I would watch him. I'd watch his live streams and stuff when he did it on very occasion, like just very, very on occasion. I'm like, well, that's pretty sweet. So I'm a Rammus player now. Well, I first started playing Rammus, and kind of a boring champion for me. Ooh, that's a kill for her. I'm not gonna heal her. I'm unlucky. Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate of her to get blown up there. I'm gonna come down here because they did ult. Yeah, so I was like a Rammus one. I'm gonna be a Rammus one trick. I'm gonna be before I knew what a one trick was, and obviously that didn't hold up. He was kind of a boring champion. That would have worked on almost anyone. Ooh, it did work. Okay, I didn't think that ability would hit me. That's embarrassing. So yeah, boring champ. Didn't want to play him. And yeah, but he played a lot of jungle. He's a jungle main, so I wound up playing a fair bit of jungle at this point, or at that point. And once, like, I just couldn't get into it. Jungle is still, I think it's a really fun lane. Like, don't get me wrong, one of the cooler, like, just play styles in this game. I think that it's really sick to just see that Lee Sin. My brother plays Lee Sin. I love to see that freaking that sick insect that just makes you go, what the fuck is that guy on? Broxa during Worlds, if you watch that guy, Fnatic's jungler, crazy motherfucker. Like, the most signature thing that I saw was him fighting right here. I can't remember who he was against. It might have been RNG, actually. And he just styled on them. Like, that shit was cool. I love those kinds of plays. And you can pretty much only do it on, like Lee said, he's just an amazing champion. Like overall. Fight him, turn on him, turn on him, turn on him. I need to get a flash out. I wish he would have turned on him a little sooner or get him to bite a little harder. So yeah, I think Lee Sin was really cool, but I just can't play the role. I just don't really understand what I'm doing for the most part, so it kind of makes it a little rough for me. Which is dumb, because I've played a fair amount of games. I've played at least 2,000 or so. Let's see, can we get it? Yep. Team. I actually almost missed that. I almost threw it up here a little bit more, but I had to, like, when I looked down to see where I was, which was right there, obviously. The projectile didn't have that far to go, so he didn't have that much time to react. Yeah, Lee Sin was always pretty cool. He still is a cool champ to me. Again, I just can't play him. Kindred, another really cool champion that I really like. I love her lore. I love the duo thing. I think that Riot kind of fucked up. I think it'd be really cool if Wolf, where it was like a little bit better. Or like a little bit more into the kit. Like he's like obviously he's like the W and like the E third hit, which is cool and all. But you never sit there and be like, oh, Wolf killed me. Like, you never say he. Like, whenever you think Kindred, you don't think he, you think she. Kindred's both of them. Kindred's not like this lamb and wolf, so I think they messed up. But I love that. I love like the humming that she does. I think it's like really just sick to do. Or like just sick to hear. I really like. I turn on voices just for them. I really like their like going back and forth and shit. But that's gonna hurt. Yikes! I'm surprised that he does not do that much damage. For being 3 and 2, he just doesn't do that much. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely a really cool champ though. Did he flash? I think he flashed for them. Yeah, that does keep him alive. Did get this going up there. You play Kindred a lot? Yeah, she's... I just think she's just a really sick character overall. Funnily enough, she's my jungle autofill, so if I ever get autofilled, I either play her or Graves, because they're the closest things to AD carry that I can come to. You're dead, kiddo. Oh, just kidding, I lied. Yeah, baby. come here. Here, damn you. There we go. There we go. Yeah, her and Graves are my jungle autofill because they're the closest thing to AD carry that I can come to in the jungle. So, I mean, I'm not very practiced on her because I don't get autofilled that much because I feel like AD carry is in such a crappy spot. I get it for the most part. That almost was very dumb of him. Top lane, my top lane top fill is, or my top lane autofill is either Garen or Kale. Again, Kale because closest thing to AD carry, and Garen because I mean he's just easy as fuck. He doesn't really take that much skill to really play. Sorry if someone mains that, but he's not very hard to play, and I feel cool. I got the God King skin for him, so he just feels really cool to play. I'm trying to think. Mid lane's Ryze. Ryze is my most played champion in the game. Obviously it's gonna be Ryze. If not Ryze, it's Annie. Zed used to be it, but I'm not very practiced on him. So like right now, if I were to get autofilled in mid for some crazy reason, whoa, I'm dead. She fucked up. Yeah, she fucked up. Oh, that does so much damage. That's a yikers, boys. Oh yeah, that's why I really cannot wait for them to nerf her or nerf him, or just get them the fuck out of my lane. Kindred Kindred. I got Kindred on my mind. Riven kind of messed up there. She could have killed me, I think, had she just done her Windslash a little sooner. Yeah, is that, I'm trying to think. Support, support is pretty much my second at this point. I'm pretty much like a bot lane main. Pyke and Thresh are my two, and Leona is like my tertiary if they both get banned, or both get played, or I don't know, whatever the circumstance. Those are my two supports, with Leo being my third. I thought I had rockets on, but I'm not. Obviously I didn't because they didn't shoot, but... We are somehow losing. Oh, coming back with kills. I feel like because I'm monologuing too much, I'm not paying attention to the kind of the micro of the game. Ooh, damn, that wall sucked. That wall sucked dick. One of the harder things about playing in India, for sure. We really just need this Wukong to engage. If he sits there and pulls the trigger on pretty much anything, I can go in. My rockets will tear into pieces. Yeah, I didn't think they'd be on it. That'd be a little risky, even for them. Let's go ahead and take this. So yep, now I'm a need carry player, and been doing that for a while. Been doing it for, I mean, I say a while, like I'm fucking old. I did it in like the ass end of season 7. Kill security. You know, I say that like semi-sarcastically, but in truth it really was. She messed up. She, like, I got off way too much damage for that. She does not, she's either new to Riven or doesn't know her own damage, which, you know, fair enough. Trading 1 for 3 though, not too bad. I do a shit ton of damage, like I mentioned earlier, and this is pretty much why I play to carry. Whenever I sit there and I doubt myself and I think, why do I play this fucking role? I can't do anything, I have no agency in the game. I always have to, I'm a bitch and total slave to my support because they're the only ones that can actually do anything. I have to play with a duo or else I suck, blah 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 blah. And then I go and play Jinx or Tristana or Vayne. I pop off, I get an insane quad that fucking wins the game. We win, take Baron, we reset, I come in, I get another quad or just a shit ton of damage, sick plays, and then next thing I'm like, well, now I play AD carry again. I joked to my dad and my brother that I'm actually damned to this role because every time I swap to it, I always get that itch to come right back to it. Every time I crawl right back to it. Doesn't matter what I do. I can play some of the coolest champions, even Ryze, who I love to pieces. I always come back to this role. or better or worse. Well, my mains for AD carry, look how much true damage I do there. My mains for AD carry are pretty much all of them except for Ezreal Misfortune. There we go. Short and sweet. And Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw for different reasons than the other two. I just dislike Ezreal Misfortune. I kind of like... I don't like how Ezreal is literally only abilities, pretty much. That's gonna hurt like a bitch.
An ally has
Oh.
been slain.
Good to see how much that does, though, so I can have like I can kind of eyeball my own health to see if I need to heal or whatever. But, yeah... I just like Ezreal just because he's an ability focused, and Misfortune because I feel like the only thing Misfortune actually does is her ultimate. She's a fucking joke of a champion without it. Like actually a joke. Like I'm not even like that's not even hyperbolic. She's a joke of a champion without her ultimate if she's not ahead. Even if I'm not ahead on Jinx, which I kind of am in this instance, but even if I'm not, oh, heal me, please. Okay, I do live. That was almost death. That was literally... He just barely got outranged by my flash. But yeah, MF's just a joke of a champion without her ult. And we're playing this really well right now. We do have the rapid fire, so we do get more range. My rockets hit like a fucking truck right now.
You have slain an enemy.
Too predictable. I know it's kind of hard to like sit there like as it ends out to sit there and predict that, but I have played this champ enough to understand for the most part what they're gonna do. So yeah, now this is like kind of like a for fun game, but I do think that I have the tools to carry this. Why? Because I'm playing AD carry, and this is about the time of the game where on almost anyone else I begin to hate myself because I no longer do anything outside of kind of just sit there and CC. Like if I'm Rise at this point, I pretty much just EW whoever jumps on the AD carry or the mid lane or whatever, which is great and all. I love the people that do that. You guys are nice people. Yeah, see, look at that rocket damage. That's why I think Ginsu's would be good. Get crazy attack speed. That's not even my freaking Q. My Q will scale off that even more, which helps my first my Gatling gun. Pow pow. Yeah. Ishbones takes some of it, but not as much. You just get a little bit more damage with this, obviously. You know, most people say, like, you're supposed to go, you shouldn't be fighting this without me. Goodbye, turrets.
You have slain an enemy.
If he ults me, I'm fucking dead. 4 HP.
An ally has been slain.
Crazy luck right there.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Crazy luck right there. 4 HP, and I'm not getting any fucking closer. Jesus Christ. We're selling this. We're going all in.
Slain.
All in.
Your turret has been destroyed.
No. I just got the Ginsus. No. So yeah, that does conclude this episode if you're watching on YouTube, and game if you're on Twitch. That's rough. I won't lie. That's really rough. I think that could have been done better. Hopefully you enjoyed like the little monologue I did. 10-4, not too bad of a score. Looks like Anivia was our weak link, which is interesting because I really think Anivia is a fairly good champion. I accidentally downloaded the replay file. I don't know how Garen got so far ahead because his matchup was Wukong. Wukong's 11-7, which is a lot of deaths, but damn. I don't know, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, this will be the conclusion of this episode. This will get posted because I do think this is a very good game, a little bit about myself. Thank you all so much for watching. So.
Blanks.
bye.